I dare say.
Oh, why not? It is true. I don't know the country very well, but I have read a great deal about it.
I have my own desk there in Ivan's room. When I am absolutely too exhausted to go on, I drop everything and rush over there to forget myself in this work for an hour or two. Ivan and Miss Sonia sit rattling at their counting boards. The cricket chirps, and I sit beside them and paint, feeling warm and peaceful. But I don't permit myself this luxury very often, only once a month. Look there. That is a map of our country as it was 50 years ago. The green tints, both dark and light, represent forests. Half the map, as you see, is covered with it. Where the green is striped with red, the forests were inhabited elk and wild goats. Here on this lake lived great flocks of swans and geese and ducks. As the old men say, there was a power of birds of every kind. Now they have vanished like a cloud. Beside the hamlets and villages, you see, I have dotted down here and there the various settlements, farms, hermits' caves, and water mills. This country carried a great many cattle and horses, as you can see by quantity of blue paint. For instance, see how thickly it lies in this part. There are great herds of them here, an average of 3 horses to every house. And look lower down. This is the country as it was 25 years ago. Only a third of the map is green now with forests. There are no goats left and no elk. The blue paint is lighter, and so on and so on. Now we come to the third part. Our country as it appears today. You still see spots of green, but not much. The elk, the swans, the black cock have disappeared. It is, on the whole, the picture of a regular and slow decline, which will evidently only take about 10 or 15 more years to complete. You may perhaps object that it is the march of progress, that the old order must give place to the new. And you might be right if roads have been run through these ruined woods, or if factories and schools had taken their place. The people then would have become better educated and healthier and richer. But as it is, we have nothing of the sort. We have the same swamps and mosquitoes, the same disease and want, the typhoid, the diphtheria, the burning villages. We are confronted by the degradation of our country, brought on by the fierce struggle for existence of the human race. It is the consequence of the ignorance and unconsciousness of starving, shivering, sick humanity that, to save its children, instinctively snatches at everything that can warm it and still its hunger. So it destroys everything it can lay its hands on without a thought for the morrow. And almost everything has gone, and nothing has been created to take its place. But I see by your face that I am not interesting you.
I know so little about such things.
There's nothing to know. It simply isn't interesting. That's all.
Frankly, my thoughts were elsewhere. Forgive me. I want to submit you to a little examination, but I am embarrassed and don't know how to begin.
An examination?
Yes, but quite an innocent one. Sit down. It is about a certain young girl I know. Let us discuss it like honest people, like friends, and then forget what has passed between us, shall we?
Very well.
It is about my stepdaughter, Sonia. Do you like her?
Yes, I respect her.
Do you like her as a woman?
No.
One more word, and that will be the last. You have not noticed anything?
No, nothing.
You do not love her. I can see that in your eyes. She is suffering. You must realize that and not come here anymore.
My sun has set, yes, and then I haven't the time. Where, where shall I find time for such things?
Bah, what an unpleasant conversation. I am as out of breath as if I had been running 3 miles uphill. Thank heaven that is over. Now, let us forget everything as if nothing has been said. You are sensible. You understand. I am actually blushing.
If you had spoken a month ago, I might perhaps have considered it, but now, of course, if she is suffering, but I cannot understand why you had to put me through this examination. You are wily.
What does this mean?
You are a wily one. I admit that Sonia is suffering, but what does this examination of yours mean? But please, don't put on such a look of surprise. You know perfectly well why I come here every day. Yes, you know perfectly why, and for whose sake I come. Oh, my sweet tigress. Don't look at me in that way. I am an old bird.
A tigress? I don't understand you.
Beautiful, sleek tigress. You must have your victims. For a whole month, I have done nothing but seek you eagerly. I have thrown over everything for you, and you love to see it. Now then, I am sure you knew all this without putting me through your examination. I surrender. You have me. Now eat me.
You have gone mad.
You are afraid.
I am a better and stronger woman than you think me. Goodbye.
Why goodbye? Don't say goodbye. Don't waste words. Oh, how lovely you are. What hands.
Enough of this. Leave the room. You have forgotten yourself.
Tell me where can we meet tomorrow? Don't you see that we must meet? That it is inevitable.
He kisses her. Vanya comes in carrying a bunch of roses and stops in the doorway.
Have pity. Leave me. Don't.
Be in the forest tomorrow at 2:00. Will you? Will you?
Let me go. This is appalling.
Nothing, yes, nothing.
The weather is fine today, my dear Ivan. The morning was overcast and looked like rain, but now the sun is shining again. Honestly, we have had a very fine autumn and the wheat is looking fairly well. But the days are growing short.
You must do your best. You must use all your power to get my husband and myself away from here today. Do you hear? I say this very day.
All right. Yes, Yelena, I saw everything.
Do you hear me? I must leave here this very day.
Is that waffles?
I'm not very well myself, Your Excellency. I've been limping for 2 days. That's why it took me so long to get here. Oh, my head.
Where are the others? I hate this house. It's a regular labyrinth, and every day, and one is always scattered through 26 enormous rooms, and one can never find a soul. Ask my wife, Madame Bosniewski, to come here.
I am here already.
Please, all of you, sit down.
What did he say?
I'll tell you later.
You are moved. I understand. He said he would not come here anymore. Tell me, did he?
One can, after all, be reconciled to being an invalid, but not of this country life and the ways of sticking in my throat. And I feel exactly as if I had been whirled off the strains of the earth and on the land of a strange planet. Please be seated. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, Sonia! She does not hear me. Sit down too. Nurse, I crave your indulgence. And gentlemen, hang your ears if I do so on the peg of attention.
Perhaps you don't need me. May I be excused?
No, you are needed now, more than anyone.
What is it you want of me?
You. But what are you angry about? And if it is anything I have done, I ask you to forgive me.
Oh, drop that and come to business. What is it you want?
Here it is, mother. Ladies and gentlemen, shall I begin? I have asked you to assemble here, my friends, in order to discuss a very important matter. I want to ask your assistance and advice, and knowing your unfailing amiability, I think I can count on both. I am a bookworm. I am a scholar. I am unfamiliar with practical affairs, and I cannot, I find, dispense with the help of well-informed people such as you, Ivan, and you, Telegram, and you, mother. And the truth is, Mama una oxenas. No, that is to say, our lives are in the hands of God. Mother, And as old as I am and as ill, I realize that the time has come for me to dispose of my property in regards to inherent interests of family. My life is nearly over. And I am not thinking of myself, but I have a young daughter and a wife. I cannot continue to live in the country. And we were not made for country life. And yet, we cannot afford to live in town on an income derived from this estate. We might sell the woods, but that would be an expense we could not resort to every year. And we must find some means of guaranteeing ourselves some certain, for more or less, a fixed yearly income. With the object in view, and a plan has occurred to me, of which I have now the honor of presenting to you for your consideration. I shall only give you a rough outline, avoiding all the details. Our estate does not pay an average of more than 2 cents per year on the money I invested in it, and I propose to sell it. And if we then invest in our capital bonds, it will earn us 4 or 5%, in which you should probably have a surplus of over several thousand rubles, of which we could buy a summer cottage in Finland.
Wait, hold on. Repeat what you just said. I don't think I heard you quite right.
Summer cottage in Finland. I said we would invest the money in bonds and buy a cottage in Finland with a surplus.
No, not Finland. You said something else.
I propose to sell this place.
Aha! That was it. So you were going to sell the place. Oh, splendid! The idea is a rich one. And what do you propose to do with my old mother and me and Sonia here?
That will be decided in due time. We can't do anything at once.
Wait. Oh! It is clear that until this moment, I never had a grain of sense in my head. Oh, I have always been stupid enough to think that the estate belonged to Sonia. Oh, my father bought it as a wedding present for my sister, and I foolishly imagined that our laws were made for Russians and not Turks. My sister's estate would come down to her child.
I can't imagine why you're so upset. And don't pretend my scheme isn't an ideal one. And if you all object, I shall not insist.
No. Take it back a minute. I want you to tell me what about Sonia? Is this not Sonia's house? Just move your thoughts back. A few inches, perhaps. Oh. This is absolutely incomprehensible. Either I have gone mad or...
Ivan, don't contradict Alexander. Trust to him. He knows better than we do what is right and what is wrong.
No, I shan't, okay? Give me some water. Go ahead. Say anything you please. Anything.
I can't imagine why you're so upset. I don't pretend that my scheme is an ideal one. And if you object, I shall not insist.
I not only nourish feelings of respect toward learning, Your Excellency, but I am also drawn to it by family ties. My brother Gregory's wife's brother, whom you may know, his name is Constantine Dimonov. And he used to be a magistrate.
Stop, Waffles, stop. This is business. Wait a bit. We'll talk of that later. There now. Ask him what he thinks. His estate was bought from his uncle.
Why should I ask any questions? What good would it do?
The price was 95,000 rubles. My father paid 70 and left a debt of 25. Now, listen! This place could never have been bought had I not renounced my inheritance in favor of my sister, whom I deeply loved. And what is more, I worked for 10 years like an ox and paid off the debt.
Why didn't I know such things had?
Thanks entirely to my own personal debts and efforts, this place is entirely clear of debts. And now, when I have grown old, you want to throw me out, neck and crop?
I can't imagine what you're driving at.
For 25 years I have managed this place, and I have sent you the returns for it like the most honest of servants, and you have never given me one single word of thanks for my work. No, not one, neither in my youth nor now. Oh, you allowed me a meager salary of 500 rubles a year, a beggar's pittance, and never even thought of adding a ruble to it.
I didn't know about such things. I'm not a practical man, and I don't understand them. And you might have helped yourself to all you wanted.
Yes, why did I not steal? Don't you all despise me, huh, for not stealing when it would have been my only justice? And now I should not now have been a beggar.
Ivan!
Vanya, old man, don't talk in that way. Why spoil such pleasant relations? Do stop.
For 25 years I have been sitting here with my mother like a mole in a burrow. Our every thought and hope was yours and yours only. By day we talked with pride of you and your work, and we spoke your name with veneration. Our nights were wasted reading the books and papers which my soul now loathes.
Don't, Vanya. I can't stand it.
What under heaven do you want anyway?
Oh, we used to think of you as almost superhuman. But now, the scales have fallen from my eyes, and I see you as you are. You write on art without knowing anything about it. Those books of yours, which I used to admire, are not even worth 1 copper kopeck. You are a hoax.
Can't anyone make him stop? I am going!
Ivan, I command you to stop this instant. Do you hear me?
I refuse. No, wait. I have not done yet. You have wrecked my life. I have never lived. My best years have gone for nothing. I have been ruined thanks to you. You are my most bitter enemy.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I am going. I am.
But what do you want? What earthly right have you to have such language to me? Ruination. If this estate is yours, then take it and let me be ruined.
I am going away from this hell this minute. This is too much.
My life has been a failure. I am clever and brave and strong. If I had lived a normal life, I might have been another Schopenhauer or Dostoevsky. God, I'm losing my head. Mother, I'm in despair. Oh, dear mother.
Listen, Alexander.
Oh, nurse.
Mother. Oh, what shall I do? Oh, no, don't speak. Yes, I know what to do, and you will understand me.
Tell me, what on earth is the matter? Take this lunatic out of my sight! I cannot possibly live under the same roof with him. His room is almost next to mine. And let him take himself off into the village, into the wing of the nurse, and I shall leave here at once. I cannot stay in the same house with them.
We are leaving today. We must get ready at once for our departure.
What a perfectly lovely, dreadful man.
You must be kind to us, Papa. Uncle Vanya and I are so unhappy. Have pity on us. Remember how Uncle Vanya and Granny used to copy and translate your books for you every night. Every night. Uncle Vanya has toiled without rest. He would never spend a penny on us. We sent it all to you. We have not eaten the bread of idleness. I'm not saying this as I should like to, but you must understand us, Papa. You must be merciful to us.
For heaven's sake, Alexander, go and have a talk with him. Explain.
Very well. I shall have a talk with him. But I won't apologize for a thing. I am not angry with him. But you must confess that his behavior has been strange, to say the least. Excuse me, I shall go to him.
Be gentle with him. Try to quiet him.
Nurse. Oh, nurse.
It's all right, my baby. When the geese have cackled, they will be still again. First, they cackle, and then they stop.
Nurse.
You are trembling all over as if you were freezing. There, little orphan baby. God is merciful. A little linden tea, and it will all pass away. Don't cry, my sweetest. See? The geese have all gone now. The devil take 'em. Bang! What's that?
Stop it!
Give it to me. Give it to me. I tell you.
Let me go! Let me go, Yelena! Let me go! Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is! I didn't get him! I missed again! Oh, damnation! Oh, bang! 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 Oh, to hell with him!
Take me away. Take me away. I can't stay here. I can't.
Oh, what shall I do? Oh, what shall I do?
Oh, nurse. Nurse.
Ah, ah.
The curtain falls.
Act 4. Vanya's bedroom, which is also his office. A table stands near the window. On it are ledgers, letter scales, and papers of every description. Nearby stands a smaller table belonging to Astrov, with his paints and drawing materials. On the wall hangs a cage containing a starling. There's also a map of Africa on the wall, obviously of no use to anybody. There's a large sofa covered with buckram. A door to the left leads into an inner room. One to the right leads into the front hall, and before this door lies a mat for the peasants with their muddy boots to stand on. It is an autumn evening. The silence is profound. Telegin and Marina are sitting facing one another, winding wool.
Be quick, Marina, or we shall be called away to say goodbye before you have finished. Carriage has already been ordered.
I am a little tired.
You're going to Kharkov to live.
They do well to go.
They have been frightened. The professor's wife won't stay here an hour longer. If we are going at all, let's be off, she says. We shall go to Kharkov and look about us, and then we can send for our things. A traveling light, it seems. Marina, that fate has decreed for them not to live here.
And quite rightly. What a storm they have just raised. It was shameful.
It was indeed. The scene was worthy of the brush of the Ibazolsky.
I wish I'd never laid eyes on them. Now we shall have things as they were again. Tea at 8, dinner at 1, and supper in the evening. Everything in order, as decent folks, as Christians like to have it. It is a long time since I have eaten noodles.
Yes, we haven't had noodles for ages. Not for ages. As I was going through the village this morning, Marina, one of the shopkeepers called after me. Hi, you hanger-on. Well, I felt it bitterly.
Oh, don't pay the least attention to them, master. We are all dependent on God. You and Sonia and all of us. Everyone must work. No one can sit idle. Where is Sonia?
In the garden with the doctor, looking for Ivan. They fear he may lay violent hands on himself.
Where is his pistol?
I hid it in the cellar.
Where's that man? You
Leave
two
me
see Vanya
alone.
run in?
Go away and leave me to myself, if but for an hour. I can't have you watching me like this.
Yes, Vanya.
The gander cackles. Ho, ho, ho!
Leave me by myself.
I would, with the greatest pleasure. I ought to have gone long ago, but I shan't leave you until you have returned what you have took from me.
I took nothing from you.
I am not jesting. Don't detain me. I really must go.
I took nothing of yours.
You didn't. Very well. I shall have to wait a little longer. Then you will have to forgive me if I resort to force. We shall have to bind you and search you. I mean what I say.
Do as you please. How to make such a fool of myself. To shoot twice and miss him both times. I shall never forgive myself.
When the impulse came to shoot, it would have been as well had you put a bullet through your own head.
Strange. I attempted murder, and I'm not going to be arrested or brought to trial. Huh. Oh, that must mean they think me mad. Me. I am mad. And those who hide their worthlessness, their dullness, their crying heartlessness behind a professor's mask are sane. Those who marry old men and then deceive them under the noses of all are sane. I saw you kiss her. I saw you in each other's arms.
Yes, sir. I did kiss her. So there.
No. It is the earth that's mad because she still bears us on her breast.
That is nonsense.
Well, am I not a madman and therefore irresponsible? Have I not the right to talk nonsense?
This is a farce. You are not mad. You are simply a ridiculous fool. I used to think every fool was out of his senses, but now I see that lack of sense is a man's normal state, and you're perfectly normal.
Oh, God, if you knew how ashamed I am. These piercing pangs of shame are like nothing on earth. Oh, God, I can't endure them. Oh, God, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Nothing.
Oh, God, you must tell me something! Oh, my God. I am 47 years old. I may live to 60. I have an eternity before me. 13 years. How shall I be able to endure life for 13 years? What shall I do? How can I fill them? Oh, don't you see? Don't you see? If I could live the rest of my life in some new way, if I could only wake some still bright morning and just feel that life has begun again, that the past was forgotten and had vanished like smoke. Oh, to begin life anew. Tell me how to begin.
What nonsense. What sort of a new life can you and I look forward to? We can have no hope.
None?
None. Of that I am convinced.
Tell me what to do. I have such a burning pain here.
Stop! It may be that posterity which will despise us for our blind and stupid lives will find some road to happiness. But we, you and I, have but one hope. The hope that we may be visited by visions, perhaps by pleasant ones, as we lie resting in our graves. Yes, brother. There were only two respectable, intelligent men in this county. You and I. 10 years or so of this life of ours, this miserable life, have sucked us under, and we have become as contemptible and petty as the rest. But don't try to talk me out of my purpose. Give me what you took from me. Will you?
I took nothing from you.
You took a little bottle of morphine out of my medicine case. Listen, if you are positively determined to make an end to yourself, go into the woods and shoot yourself there. Give up the morphine, or there will be a lot of talk and guesswork. People will think I gave it to you. I don't fancy having to perform a post-mortem on you. You think I should find it interesting?
Just leave me alone.
Sonia, your uncle has stolen a bottle of morphine out of my medicine case and won't give it up. Tell him that behavior is, well, unwise. I haven't time. I must be going.
Uncle Vanya, did you take the morphine?
Yes, he took it. I am absolutely sure.
Give it up. Why do you want to frighten us? Give it up, Uncle Vanya. My misfortune is perhaps even greater than yours, but I am not plunged in despair. I endure my sorrow and shall endure it until my life comes to a natural end. You must endure yours too. Give it up, dear, darling Uncle Vanya. Give it up. You are so good. I am sure you will have pity on us and give it up. You must endure your sorrow, Uncle Vanya. You must endure it.
There it is. And now we must get back to work at once. We must do something, or else I shall not be able to endure it.
Yes, yes, to work. As soon as we have seen them off, we shall go to work. Everything is in a muddle.
Now I can be off.
Are you here, Yvonne? We are starting in a moment. Go to Alexander. He wants to speak to you.
Go, Uncle Vanya. Come, you and Papa must make peace. That is absolutely necessary.
I am going away. Goodbye.
So soon?
The carriage is waiting.
Bye.
You promised me you would go away yourself today.
I have not forgotten. I am going at once. Were you frightened? Is it so terrible?
Yes.
Couldn't you stay? Couldn't you? Tomorrow in the forest.
No, it is all settled, and that is why I can look you so bravely in the face. Our departure is fixed. One thing I must ask of you. Don't think too badly of me. I should like you to respect me.
Ah. Stay, I implore you. Confess that there is nothing for you to do in this world. You have no object in life. There's nothing to occupy your attention, and sooner or later, your feelings must master you. It is inevitable. It would be better if it happened not in Kharkov or in Kursk, but here, in nature's lap. It would then at least be poetical, even beautiful. Here you have the forests, the houses half in ruins that Turgenev writes of.
How comical you are. I am angry with you, and yet I shall always remember you with pleasure. You are interesting and original. You and I will never meet again, and so I shall tell you, why should I conceal it, that I am just a little bit in love with you. Come, one more last pressure of our hands, and then let us part good friends. Let us not bear each other any ill will.
Yes. Go. You seem to be sincere and good, and yet there's something strangely disquieting about all your personality. No sooner did you arrive here with your husband than everyone whom you found busy and actively creating something was forced to drop his work and give himself up the whole summer to your husband's gout and yourself. You and he have infected us with your idleness. I have been swept off my feet. I have not put my hand to a thing for weeks, during which sickness has been running its course unchecked among the people, and the peasants have been pasturing their cattle in my woods and young plantations. Go where you will. You and your husband will always carry destruction in your train. I'm joking, of course. And yet, I am strangely sure that had you stayed here, we should have been overtaken by the most immense desolation. I would have gone to my ruin, and you you would not have prospered. So go. Y finita la commedia.
I shall take this pencil from memory.
How strange it is. We meet, and then suddenly it seems we must part forever. That is the way in this world, as long as we are alone. Before Uncle Vanya comes in with a bouquet, allow me to kiss you goodbye. May I? So, splendid.
I wish you every happiness. For once in my life, I shall, and scorn the consequences. I must go.
Yes, go. If the carriage is there, then start at once. Infinita.
Shame on him, who bears the malice for the past. I have gone through so much in the last few hours, I feel capable of writing the whole treatise on the conduct of life for the instruction of posterity. I gladly accept your apology, and I myself ask for your forgiveness. Mother!
Have your picture taken, Alexander, and send me one. You know how dear you are to me.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Don't forget us.
Goodbye. Goodbye, all. Many thanks for your pleasant company. And I have a deep regard for your position and your enthusiasm. But let me, as an old man, give one advice at parting. Do something, my friend. Work! Do something! Good luck to all of you.
Yelena, goodbye. Forgive me. I shall never see you again.
Goodbye, dear boy.
Tell them to bring my carriage around too. Waffles?
All right, old man.
Why don't you go to see them off?
Let them go. I can't go out there. I feel too sad. I must go to work on something at once. To work! To work!
They
The
have gone.
tinkling of bells is heard as the horses trot away.
They have gone. The professor, I suppose, is glad to go. He couldn't be tempted back now by a fortune.
They have gone.
They have gone. God be with them. And now, Uncle Vanya, let us do something.
To work! To work!
It is long, long since you and I have sat together at this table. No ink. How sad it is to see them go.
They have gone.
First, Uncle Vanya, let us write up the accounts. They're in a dreadful state. Come, begin. You take one, I will take the other.
An account with
The Sandman has come.
How still it is. The pens scratch, the cricket sings. It is so warm and comfortable. I hate to go. My carriage has come. There now remains but to say goodbye to you, my friends, and to my table here. And then away.
Don't hurry away. Sit a little longer with us.
Impossible.
carry over from the old debt to 75.
Workman, do you have something to say? I see you, but...
Yes, I know. My carriage is waiting. All right. Here, look out. Don't crush the portfolio. Okay, good.
When shall we see you again?
Hardly before next summer. Probably not this winter, though, of course. If anything should happen, you will let me know. Thank you for your kindness, for your hospitality, for everything. Goodbye, old nurse.
Are you going without your tea?
I don't want any tea. I don't want any, nurse.
Won't you have a drop of vodka?
Yes, I might. My off-wheeler has gone lame for some reason. I noticed it yesterday when Peter was taking him to water.
You should have him reshod.
I shall have to go around by the blacksmiths on my way home. It can't be avoided. I suppose it is roasting hot in Africa now.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Help yourself. To your good health. Eat your bread with it.
No. I like it so. And now, goodbye. You needn't come see me off, nurse.
For the 2nd of February, 20 pounds of butter. 16th. 20 pounds of butter again. Buckwheat flour.
He has gone.
He has gone.
Total 15, 25. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Telerod comes in on tiptoe and sits near the door and begins to tune his guitar.
Oh, my child. I am miserable. If you only knew how miserable I am.
What can we do? We must live our lives. Yes, we shall live, Uncle Vanya. We shall live through the long procession of days before us, and through the long evenings. We shall patiently bear the trials that fate imposes on us. We shall work for others without rest, both now and when we are old. And when our last hour comes, we shall meet it humbly. And there, beyond the grave, we shall say that we have suffered and wept, and that our life was bitter. And God will have pity on us. And then, dear uncle, we shall see that bright and beautiful life. We shall rejoice and look back upon our sorrow here, tender smile, and we shall rest. I have faith, uncle, fervent, passionate faith. We shall rest. We shall rest. We shall hear the angels. We shall see heaven shining like a jewel. We shall see all evil, all our pain sink away in the great compassion that shall enfold the world. Our life will be as peaceful and as tender and as sweet as a caress. I have faith. I have. My poor, poor Uncle Vanya. You are crying. You've never known what happiness was, but wait. Uncle Vanya, wait. We shall rest. We shall rest.
The watchman raffles and is heard in the garden. Telegram plays softly. Madame Blondinska writes something in the margin of her pamphlet. Mariana knits her stocking.
We shall rest.
The curtain slowly falls.
The end. Ah. Sorry, I just find it.
Breaking my heart over here is trying so hard not to do